Hey guys, what's up? This is Mel, and I'm here to talk about Legends of Tomorrow, episode 105, titled Failsafe, which premiered Thursday, February 18th, 2016 on the CW. So, guys, just a quick reminder, I have not read any of the comics, so everything I think, observe, of all comes from what I see on the show and what I think is relevant to whatever's happening on Arrow and The Flash when it's tied in. So, let's get started with the 10-minute clock. And let's begin. So something new that we learned in this episode. It definitely picks off where we left off, and that is in Russia in 1986, with half her team being taken as prisoners by Vandal Savage, who wants Professor Stein to figure out how to recreate the Firestorm Matrix. And he's using Heatwave and Ray Palmer as leverage to get Stein to cooperate. So with that said, the rest of the team is trying to figure out a way to rescue them. First off, Sarah, Rip Hunter, and Captain Cold go and try to talk to the Bravada, the Russian mob, about finding a way inside the gulag, the Russian prison, to get them out. And then afterwards, they go, which is Sarah and Captain Cold, go in to try to get the rest of their team. Captain Cold is focused on getting his partner Heatwave out, and Sarah is more interested in getting Professor Stein out. And if she can't do that, she's ordered to kill him to save the future. And Kendra and Jax are left on the sideline because they're the two things that Vandal Savage wants. Eventually, they do join in the fight later on. And fights, explosions, all that. We do see Valentina getting closer to the Firestorm Matrix until she becomes Firestorm herself, greedy as she is like that, forcing Stein to be her other half. But that doesn't end well for her, obviously, and thankfully. We also see Ray step up and gain, it looks like Mick had a newfound respect for him, possibly, so there's that. But after all that, in Russia, they are in the time stream, I believe they called it, only to come across Kronos, who is after them. And after being hit by a missile, they ended up landing in an unknown time, which turns out to be 2046 in Star City, which has everything burning up and everything. We have Ray comments on the fact that Palmer Tech is not called that anymore. It's called Smoke, reference to Felicity Smoke. I'm assuming, considering he left his legacy to her when he first died. Quotes, air quotes behind that. And then we also are introduced to a new Arrow. Sarah and Ray try to talk to Oliver, but it turns out it's not Oliver under the mask. It's some other dude that we do not know about. So there's that. So what is the most shocking moment of the episode, I have to say, would be the future of Star City in 2046, especially with everything burning up, because that is very similar to the future they were trying to prevent with the whole Soviet firestorm. Because Sarah saw that what the city would look like in 2016 if Vandal Savage got his firestorm in the 80s, and that was everything burning, firestorms everywhere, destroying the place. And yet they come to 2046, and it's pretty much all buildings on fire. It's pretty much like they didn't stop Vandal Savage at all, but they did. So that was pretty shocking in itself. So top 3 favorite moments of the episode, it has to be Firestorm itself. So Jax and Professor Stein. Now, what I liked about them is the fact that they touched upon the connection between the two. Back on The Flash, we saw through Ronnie and Professor Stein that in extreme circumstances, they can feel each other's pain if separated. So in this episode, Jax feels, I believe for the first time, the pain, the fear that Professor Stein feels. And with that, he remembers the story of how Ronnie was able to communicate with Professor Stein when they were separated and vice versa. So they did the same thing again this time to send Professor Stein a message that they were coming to rescue him. We also, another part I liked about them was the speech that Jax gave to Professor Stein when he was stuck inside Valentina's head when she became the new Firestorm. I really like his words. I really liked his conviction behind it. And he even said that it's you and me, Gray. Like it's the two of them that's meant to be Firestorm, not this interloper or anything like that. So I really liked how he focused on the teamwork and how he wanted to be that with Professor Stein, and that he understands why he was so hard on him. I really liked that for sure. Bonus for Firestorm though was the Barry Allen comment that Jax made after he ran to the circuit box as fast as he could and with his bummed leg, and he said like Barry Allen who. I really liked that. It was pretty funny. And at the beginning of the episode for Professor Stein, he was tricked into hallucinating that he was back at Star Labs talking about the Firestorm Matrix with Cisco. It was definitely a different looking Cisco because he was all tidied up, hair slicked back, more formal in his speech. But it was still Cisco, kinda. But it was great to see him, even if he was a hallucination. That was a pleasant surprise for sure. So moving on to the next favorite moment of mine, it has to be Sarah and Captain Cold. I really like the partnership between them. I really like how he tries to talk some sense in her, which you wouldn't really expect from a criminal like Captain Cold, but he definitely has a code to himself. He definitely brings with the fact that he doesn't leave his own people behind. He doesn't kill his own people when he uncovers the fact that Sarah is sent with a mission to kill Professor Stein. And he reminds her that she's not a killer anymore. We don't kill her teammates. So I really like the support, even though he kind of turned his back on her to go find his partner in Heatwave in the prison. I like the moments where he's telling her that this isn't who you are. You're stronger than this, or you're better than this. We can find another way. And I really liked how it was done. I definitely like it. And she acknowledges that too, especially to Rip Hunter, that she had help. And then you see her looking at Leo. So it was like Leonard. Yeah, Leonard. I keep calling him Leo because it's shorter. But anyway, so I really like that for sure. They definitely have an interesting relationship between them. So, yeah, I can't wait to see how that happens as well. Another favorite moment has to be Mick Rory, aka Heatwave, and Ray Palmer. Together, they were both in the prison. You see Mick, or Heatwave, keeping his head down, just going about things like you would in a prison, and yet Ray Palmer is just being all sunny and optimistic and trying to have a happy spin on his prison experience. And then he takes a beating for Heatwave after a few rounds of electrocution, and it seems that Heatwave has gained a new respect for Ray, even though he claims that they're even now. It seems like something shifted. He has newfound respect, and I like that. I really like that we got to see them interacting in this episode, and how, in a way, Heatwave was trying to protect Ray, or vice versa. I just really like that, and I really, really liked how Heatwave wouldn't leave Ray behind because he was unconscious. I like that he wanted to get him out, even though he couldn't do it himself. So, and it was even funny too when he was I think it's a fireman's carry. Heatwave was carrying Ray in a fireman's carry, and he was slowly waking up, and he was like, "Hey." He comments on the fact that it's a strange hug that he's been getting from Heatwave. I just want to find the quote. Where is it? Oh yeah. "Hey Mick, this is a strange kind of hug." And just, even like a knocked out, semi-conscious Ray is funny. So I'll just leave it with that. Also, a bonus favorite though was the little Prison Break references you get in the episode. I never watched Prison Break, but I do know that Captain Cold and Heatwave were both on Prison Break. They played the two brothers that were leading the show, and I really liked the little references, so it was funny. Because Captain Cold said, like, "This isn't my first Prison Break," and I was like, "Ha, no, it's not." And it's like, I love those little things where they kind of reference the actor's past jobs. If it's like one of those iconic things, it's like, yes, I paid attention. It's like, I know that one. It felt good. And it was funny when you get it. So there's that. So top 3 peak moments, I only have one, is that Cronus is still alive. I mean, what the hell is he? Is he a robot or something? Because just when you think he's dead, or he's like down for the count or something, he comes back later on to complete his mission, and that's taking down our time travelers. It's like, what the hell? Don't you stop? So like, yeah, that's my only peeved. I thought he was dead from the last episode in the woods with that Time Master Thomas, but apparently I was wrong. But when is he gonna die? That robot, or that assassin, whatever Cronus is really getting on my nerves. So moving on. What moment will I remember most as I look back? The whole Prison Break. That is breaking out Stein, Heatwave, and Ray, and I like how it was a full team effort this time. So I really like that. So random question time. First one is every time that they finish with a certain time period, is it going to end with an explosion or some way of killing Vandal Savage? Because this time it ended with Rip Hunter killing him when he set off the explosions. So there's a timer. So I'm hoping if that's always going to be a thing. If not, you don't really know how to feel about that, but it seems like to be a pattern so far. They've done it twice already. So next question. Carter Hall was mentioned yet not seen in this episode. Will we still possibly see him again through reincarnations? I still can't believe he's dead. I mean, like, he was hyped up to be this main character on the show, and then he dies in the second episode? I mean, like, what the hell? So I still think we're going to see him at some point. Or is it that we can't see him until Kendra is dead and she gets reincarnated as well? I don't know how that all works, but there's that. Third question. Who the hell is wearing the Green Arrow costume in 2046? Because that sure as hell ain't Oliver. That is sure as hell not a relative of Oliver's. At one point I thought it might be Diggle's son, but then I remember he doesn't have a son unless he had a son after having baby Sarah. So it's like, who the hell is this guy? So yeah, that was a total shocker there. The fact that it wasn't Oliver inside the mask, even though it was Oliver's outfit, because I didn't really notice any changes to it that I could pick up on. So next question, and it's the last one. Do you think it ever occurred to Rip Hunter that if he really wanted to eliminate Vandal Savage, then he should have just gone to the time before he was born and just kill him then? Or just kill him when he's a child, where he's, like, vulnerable? I know that sounds bad and everything, because you're not supposed... that really sounds bad. But, like, if you already know what this guy is going to do in the future, and you already know what it's going to do to the world, then wouldn't you try to stop everything? I mean, like, it reminded me of Terminator. Why did they not just pull a Terminator? Sending someone from the future to kill a guy before he truly makes a wrongful impact on the world, right? I mean, like, did they think about that? Is it not possible? Or, like, so I'm pretty sure if they did that, a lot of things could have been avoided. Or are they just not doing that because a lot of things could be avoided if he did that? Or because it's going to be an issue in the fact that he's going to be killing some child or unborn child or something like that. I don't know. What do you think down in the comments below? Definitely love to take your thoughts in about that. And just for the record, these are just characters, so what I think about characters is not necessarily what I think about people in real life. I'm just saying, for the record, because I don't want any backlash of any kind like that. Predictions now. Based off the promo for 106, we're definitely going to be still in Star City in 2046. Yeah, we're definitely going to see the team dealing with how far it's fallen, with it all burning and criminals overrunning and everything. And Sarah learns that Oliver Queen is dead. Yet, is that really true? We're definitely going to find out, because Stephen Amell is meant to appear in the episode. So we need answers about that. Predictions overall. Hopefully, Vandal Savage is not in Star City in 2046. Otherwise, that's going to be pure dumb luck that the ship managed to crash, not only in that specific time, but the exact city where Vandal Savage happened to be, when previously it's always been a struggle trying to pinpoint where he is in that point in time. So yeah. So hopefully it's just focusing on what happened to Star City and how they can avoid that coming to fruition, or try to figure out just how much it's changed. Hopefully that's the focus and not necessarily Vandal Savage specifically, although he will have a part to play in the back for sure. Also, I predict that team dynamics will shift some more. We definitely will see more teamwork than individual motives coming into play like we did today. We saw Captain Cold and Heatwave diverting from their usual mission of watching each other's backs to helping other people on the team. So Heatwave trying to help out with Ray Palmer, Captain Cold going back to help Sarah, and so hopefully we see more of the growing dynamics between them, and hopefully them figuring out that Rip Hunter as using them as pawns doesn't come between them. But that's about it. So what did you guys think about the episode? Is there stuff you like? Is there stuff in the comics that kind of prepared you for this episode? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it, as well as any possible spoilers, little spoilers, that you might want to share. I'd love to hear about it as well. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. Also, don't forget to check out my Tumblr page if you want to get any easy access to promos, web clips, sneak peeks, episode synopses, GIFs, quotes, dialogue GIFs, any of that. I usually reblog it if it comes up on my dashboard, so you can all find it there easily. Link for that will be down below in the description box. And that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. I hope you guys come back next week to see what I have to say about our Slight Arrow crossover that we're going to get. So until next week, this is Mel. Wish you all a great day, great week, wherever you are. Until then, bye for now.